What is up, you guys? It's Tyler. Welcome back to the Tyler Williams channel. Welcome to another video. It is week 6 of the Mae Young Classic, and your boy, I ain't gonna lie, I was a little busy yesterday. I was busy, working stuff out, and I was on some W2K19, creating wrestlers for Prodigy, which should be coming back early next year. So I've been really putting in hours trying to create all these wrestlers. Now I'll get them out of the way so I have a lot more time to do other things later. So I was doing that, and then I ended up having to go out for a while, and then by the time I got back, Mae Young Classic was on, and then ultimately I started watching it, and of course I fell asleep. So, naturally I had to wake up and I had to watch it. I just got to watching the Mae Young Classic, yesterday's episode. I thought it was pretty good. He had 2 good matches. Not to say that the other matches were bad, but I think this were better than the other ones. And I really am loving the Mae Young Classic this year. Now, last year's Mae Young Classic was good, but this one, in terms of match quality alone, I feel like this year's has just been way better. But that being said, let's get straight into this. So the first match we had was Xeusis versus Io Shirai. Listen, I don't know where they found Xeusis at. I don't know where they found her, but they need to put her back. Put her back where you found her. I don't know about you guys, but I just don't find this woman very appealing in the ring or just talented at all. I feel like she's either messing up a move, or it looks like it's just being sloppily performed. Like, she has, 10 years of wrestling experience? I sure the hell can't tell. I don't know. I don't know how you guys feel about her. I just do not understand why she beat Aerial Monroe again, or what was it, the other? I think she beat Aerial Monroe. Whoever she beat when she qualified, I was really mad because I thought that girl should have won. So she made it on to face Io Shirai. Io Shirai was shining bright in this match she did against her match against Xia Brookside. Now Xeusis got in some whatever. She got in some offense, unlike her match against Xia Brookside, where Xia got little to no offense in on Io. Zui got some offense in, mostly on the defense, though. Io Shirai, she was meteor crazy in this match. She was hitting double knees like crazy, especially her turnbuckle one, where she does the whole Jeff Hardy turnbuckle drop kick, but instead it's a meteor knee. Though that thing is a thing of beauty. It really, really is. And then she did a running meteor after that. She did another running meteor to the back of the head. And Zuri tried a few times to go for a Spanish fly or a moonsault, but Io Shirai got the best of her, which ended with Xeusis trying for her own moonsault, which I'm sure wouldn't have looked as good as Io's. And Io took her down, hit her a side moonsault onto Xeusis for the pin. So Io Shirai is making it on to the quarterfinal round. And the next match will determine who will be facing Io Shirai. That match being Deonna Porrazzo versus Xia Li. Xia Li definitely really impressed me in her last match against Karen Q. They had one of the most memorable matches of the entire series. Wouldn't say it was the best match, but definitely the most memorable. If not only for that pose they did at the very beginning of the match. Deonna Porrazzo, she's really good. She's just really good, really talented. I really hope they sign her. I know they pulled her from All In, and she might be trying to go back to the Indies, but they need to get this woman on NXT television soon. Not Raw or SmackDown, because that'll be the death note for her, but get her on NXT television because she was killing in this match. Xia Li was doing it too. They were doing a lot of good offense. They have some great chemistry, so I definitely want to see them in the ring more often. Now, it wasn't Xia Li's best match or anything, or the best match on the card, but it was good. Deonna Porrazzo won the match with dueling art. Now, her finishing move, her kind of gimmick is that she's the master of the Fujiwara armbar. So here, she locks in one arm in a Fujiwara and then grabs the other one and then puts them both together in a dueling armbar submission Fujiwara. It was pretty cool. So Deonna had that locked in, and Xia Li tapped out. So Deonna Porrazzo versus Io Shirai will be in the quarterfinals. That looks like it's going to be so great. I cannot wait for Io Shirai versus Deonna Porrazzo. Now, I feel like it's kind of already a given who's going to win, but still, I can't wait for it. We then get into the next match. Tegan versus Nicole Matthews. Tegan Nox, she was in the very first match of this series, but I do not remember the match or what happened. I barely remember Tegan Nox, honestly, so that should say something. Nicole Matthews, I really remember her either. I mean, other than the fact that like she's like can't work in the U.S. anymore, so this is probably her last U.S. match ever, sadly. They had an okay match. It was decent. I really wasn't that into it coming off of Deonna and Xia Li. Not to say that they had nothing going on for them, but Nicole Matthews very aggressive in this match. The crowd was booing her, notably. Yeah, the crowd really doesn't boo that many people on the show that often. Like Xeusis, I think, got booed. Someone else got booed last week, but usually most of the people who are in this tournament get cheered. So seeing someone get booed and having to heal it up is actually pretty cool to see. Tegan Nox won the match with a Shining Wizard. And yeah, it really just kind of happened. I don't. It doesn't matter who she's facing. She's losing the next round. This isn't me saying she's bad, not like Xeusis, but like I just didn't find an appeal in either woman. So this match just really didn't do it for me. So yeah, she's making on to the quarterfinals. Then we get into the main event. This match, it wasn't like some great outstanding performance, but it blew me away. And mainly because after watching this match, I kind of forgot how talented Kaitlyn was way back in the day, in like 2011 when she used to wrestle. Like 2011, I think that was the last year wrestling. Like 2010, 2011, 12, and 13. Like she was really good. She was probably one of the better female wrestlers that they had, and they kind of missed the ball of how they wanted to treat her because she was just a bigger woman. Not even bigger like fat, like bigger like muscular, and didn't look all dolled up in the face, I guess. So Kaitlyn versus Mia Yim, and this match was really good. Mia Yim, she made it a lot farther than I thought she was going to make it. Mia Yim, early on in this match, I don't know if she was angry at Kaitlyn. I don't know. I'm just kidding. It probably was part of the match. Mia Yim were having a square off with Kaitlyn, and she starts kicking the shit out of Kaitlyn. I mean, she was kicking the shit out of Kaitlyn right in her leg, to the point where Kaitlyn's like right leg turned like reddish purple. Not her whole leg, but like the part she's kicking into like reddish purple. And then if you guys remember in the last match Mia Yim had against Allison Kay, she went to chop Allison Kay while she was on outside, and her hand just went clink right against the ring post. And they're kind of playing out the storyline where she has this injured hand throughout the tournament. That's probably going to be the reason why she loses, I'm sure. But she's playing that up, basically. Kaitlyn went full-on Pete Dunne in this match. She grabbed the whole of her hand. She was bending it back, bending it forward, twisting it around, pulling apart the fingers. The only thing she needed to do was start biting it and start kneeing her in the goddamn neck, and it would have been all Pete Dunne. Kaitlyn Dunne over here. So she was doing that. It was the crowd was into it. This was definitely one of the best Kaitlyn matches I've ever seen. And I can't say, aside from her matches with AJ Lee, Kaitlyn never really had any good matches because, the women were just so limited to what they actually could do way back when. So this is definitely one of the better Kaitlyn matches I've seen. Mia Yim went for soul food on the Kaitlyn. I think it's a dumb name for a finisher, but she went for soul food on the Kaitlyn. It barely hit her. She barely got it, honestly. So thankfully, Kaitlyn kicked out of it. Kaitlyn then, like a minute or so later, hit a spear onto Mia Yim. I also forgot just how good Kaitlyn's spear is. Like, way back in the day, I used to thought Kaitlyn had the best spear on the entire roster. Now, this is back when Edge was the only male using a spear. No, Batista and Big Show, but their spears were ass. And Edge's spear wasn't any better. So Kaitlyn, especially when she speared AJ Lee, y'all know what I'm talking about. AJ Lee used to be like all flipping all over the place like she died. So that's kind of part of the reason why I remember her spear so fondly. She hit Mia Yim, she boom, right in the midsection. Mia Yim, she ain't go flying or anything, but like she sold it pretty well. I thought it was over just because of the way it looked. Mia Yim kicked out. I was shocked. I thought for sure Kaitlyn was gonna win and make it onto the quarterfinals. But literally a few seconds later, Kaitlyn went to stomp Mia Yim in her hand. Mia Yim grabbed her foot and locked her in a knee bar, to which Kaitlyn tapped out. Winner of the match, Mia Yim. I was surprised. I honestly thought Kaitlyn was going to make it onto the quarterfinals. I didn't think she's going to win it. But I thought quarterfinals, then she's probably going to lose to whoever the hell she's facing. So that being said, with it being Mia Yim versus Tegan Nox, I'm almost certain it's probably going to be Mia Yim going on to the semifinals to face probably Io Shirai, and that sounds like it's going to be an amazing match as well. So I can't wait for that. But yeah, guys, that was the episode of Mae Young Classic. Standout match definitely would be the main event. Behind that, probably Deonna Porrazzo versus Xia Li. And yeah, the other two matches just kind of happened. Not really Io's match, but Xeusis kind of was just there. Io was really the only part of the match that I liked. Anyway, thank you guys for listening in to this review. Love you guys as always, and tune in for next week's episode. Talk to you all later. Peace out.